The less you care, the more things you're going to attract to you. Because you stop placing importance on things you can't control, on people that you used to think when you got their validation or approval that you would be made felt like you're attractive when you receive that from them. And you realize that being in your own head about this person, if you think they're a special person, if you think they're the end all be all, and they're not giving you what you want, there's a pattern there. And it's a pattern you've probably been addicted to most of your life. And in this video, we're going to talk about why you've been addicted to this pattern and what you can do about it to start to create the character that doesn't go seeking for these things on the outside. So when you start to feel for your life what you haven't felt yet, because you are stuck living with conditioning and programming and guilt and feelings that are in negative energetic states along the state of consciousness chart. If you are living life like the ego has to control every single thing for you to just feel neutral, and you're not even feeling love for your life and love for others or giving people the best version of you because you are stuck in the ego. You're stuck controlling and manipulating. And what happens is when you control and manipulate certain situations and you run into a person that is not going to give you what you want like everyone else did. When everyone else did, those are not the people you want to be on a date with. Those are not the people you want to take home and sleep with. It's this person that's not giving you what you want, and that's the tension. And I'm here to tell you, tension is healthy in relationships, because if you have someone who gives you everything you want, but then the polarity there is that you are so important to them, you become the person that is too much for another individual. And then you start to rate it like, I'm better than this person, or this person is chasing me. It's chasing me way too much. And you're getting blown up on your phone. You're getting too many messages. They want too much from you. They want all your time. They want to be texted 24 hours a day. And could you imagine when the tables are turned, when this person, when you are stuck manipulating the outer world that didn't give you what you want, you wanted more from them? How are any of those polarities different than the person you rated not as good as you, or someone that you put up on this massive pedestal, the king of the mountain, queen of the mountain? You wonder why you're stuck chasing after someone that's stuck on top of that mountain? It's because of the importance you gave to her or him to make you feel whole, to make you feel love, to make you feel like life is finally good enough. When you realize that life is good now because you're alive, when you woke up this morning and took a breath, do you not realize that is love for life? That is life right here in this present moment. Not this chasing after someone who's on top of the hill. When you put people on pedestals, what is happening is there's magnetic energy that is not in alignment. And what you're doing is you're turning the magnet around, and you are repelling them. Okay, you're not being magnetic when you're chasing. You're not being magnetic when you're in your own head trying to manipulate, how am I going to get this person to text me more? How am I going to get this person to go on a date with me? How could I get them to chase me? Then you're just playing a game. And it's not a game as a gamer. Like we create on this channel, we are gamers that cannot be messed with. And when you start to look at life like that, you don't place people on top of mountains. You bring everyone down to earth. You live on earth, this hot person lives on earth. They are not an end-all be-all. Looks is not everything. When you need to be made felt like someone who's attractive would give you eye contact or want to talk to you or want to text you first. When you need all of that stuff, they can feel that. Because within your field, you are not comfortable without them. And when you become someone that's comfortable with or without them, you can be loving with them, you could be neutral, and you can be someone who leaves them alone when they want to be someone who wants to try to create tension with you. So what will happen is when people that are trying to play a dynamic game or a manipulation game with you, when you have a strong sense of self, you will not give a shit whether this person texts you, whether they look at you, whether they give you validation on social media, whether they want to go on a date with you on Friday. Because if they don't, they're keeping your Friday open. And when you learn to love that, when you learn to love not having anyone and loving yourself right here and now with or without this attractive person that is on equal playing field, not on top of a mountain, you will begin to attract people that are hotter than this person, way hotter, because they will vibe with you on an emotional level, and you can actually be your real self with these people. Here's the breakthrough. When you become the true, authentic version of you, whether it's on dating apps, whether it's with somebody you met in public, whether it's with people you see in a setting where either you work or you go to frequent grocery stores, anywhere in your public community, people you see frequently. When you change your energy to being the person that can attract that person, you act, think, and feel as the person that can attract them. And if you're not attracting them, your energetic field that surrounds your body is that of somebody that doesn't care and looks at somebody who treats you with disrespect as they're doing you a favor, and you love it. When I got on this level, because much of my life through my teenage years and in adulthood, just a few years ago, before I did this work, before I became the coach that coaches you guys and tells you this is how it is and this is what you need to do to change. And you begin to apply that to your life and you become a gamer. Because life, it's not unfair. It's because you're not gaming. It's you're not stepping up. You're not leveling up. You're not showing up as someone who can just laugh when someone treats you with disrespect. Like, I'll use the gym for an example. Everyone there, if you go and talk to other people and say, oh, all these attractive people, they're snobby, they're like this, they're like that, then what's going to happen is these attractive people are going to treat you like they're snobby, like they're better than you, and never give you any attention, never want to talk to you, never. You got to also become a go-getter. and lose that fear of rejection. Okay, you become a gamer. Whether it's not just a gym, you don't have to go to the gym to meet someone hot. Go out to a bar. It don't matter. Okay, a couple of chicks or men or whoever are up around the bar, and you're over here with some of your friends. You see someone that's really attractive. If you're thinking in your head, oh my God, what would I be able to do to talk to this person? Immediately, they're on top of that mountain. But if you just felt neutral, comfortable within your own body, comfortable with the group of friends, or whether you're by yourself or with a group and they're with someone in their group, and you make eye contact, when you feel a strong self-worth level, a strong sense of self, when you feel strong within your vibrational field, when this person makes eye contact with you, they will feel it. And what will happen is there will be a pull between you and this person. And it's not you manipulating them. This is you being you. You're not chasing. You don't need. You don't chase. You attract. That's what we do on the channel. When we change our character, we become someone who we are grounded within our own energy. We are loving for the sake of loving. We are whole and complete because that's how we feel about ourselves. And when we change our self-concept, others view us in that same light. And you don't allow into your field people to reflect to you that life is not fair and that their opinion of you matters, because it doesn't. It don't matter. It never did. It never will. Once you get on this gamer level, when you become the new character that can observe the program you're currently living in, you become the observer of it. All right? And you let go of the attachment. Letting go is the complete breakthrough. When I hung on to every single one of those failed relationships, every single one of those breakups or rejections that I went through in high school, that made me feel that certain people who look certain ways are going to treat me a certain way, I continued to reflect. I continued to attract that for many years until I met my wife. And when I actually regulated my system and started having fun with life, that's when I wasn't even looking for a relationship, and it just popped up. Because when you're living, having fun, you are in a flow state. You are not thinking of what to do to get this result. You are being. You're being the best version of you. And when you're a gamer on an elite level, when you are just being the real you, just for the sake of being it, and you don't have to hide or mask any imperfection or anything that's a flaw about you, or any style or things that make you authentic, that are unique to you. You show all of those things to everyone because you're proud of them. You know that you're a strong individual, that you are attractive for being you, that you are worth great relationships. When you start to change your belief system, your values change, because you don't allow people to treat you like that. You can set boundaries that put a stop to it. And when there are toxic people that are not meant for you, you can create the boundary that this person's not meant for me in my life. And I would much rather live my life without them. Peace. Goodbye. Don't want you. Maybe in another life. But you know, it's all because you're not an energetic match. They're not bad people. They're toxic and poisonous to who you are. But they're going to meet someone who's in alignment with them. And so will you. So you don't have to look at life as, these people are evil, these people are no good. You know, people who are spiritual do this, people who believe in this do that. Just be you. Believe in what you believe in. Do the work on what you need work on. Because you'll you'll end up starting to feel love for your life. And you're not masking what you don't like about yourself with alcohol or drugs or masturbating. You don't need to fucking do any of that. All that does is it numbs what you don't like about yourself for that hour. Or if it's masturbation, whatever amount of time it takes you before you let one off. And then you're gone right back into depression again. You're gone right back into being unworthy of this hot woman or man's attention. When you become someone who don't do any of that stuff anymore, and I'm not saying you gotta quit booze and smoking cannabis or weed to be a good person. I'm just saying that these are things that mask what we don't like about ourselves in our natural state of being. But when you learn to heal yourself from the natural state and create the character that loves his or her life now, you will attract into your field people who mirror back to you that you are a great individual, because you are not chasing after those people's attention for validation, for you to feel love, for you to feel attractive. Those are all things that are within your field because you believe them. And when you start to understand this concept, life becomes a lot easier because it's fun. It's fun to want to live life. It's fun to want to do things you love every day. It's fun to not have to think of people that you put on top of mountains and pedestals, and that if they came into your life, that you finally got your SP into your life, and then everything would be great. It's not how it works, because once you'd achieve that, you'd go looking for more, or that relationship would just not amount to anything because the amount of importance that you placed on it. But when you are able to separate the tasks and let other people be who they are and what's good for them, and worry about who you are and what's good for you, you will realize that the things that aren't working are actually great for you because they're not in alignment with the real you. They are being deflected off of you by the universe, by you being in the current state of consciousness that you're at. And there also may be a little bit of you living in the victim mindset. And when you're in the victim mindset, you are living in low negative states of consciousness that keep going between guilt, anger, and courage, but then you keep dropping back down. Because if you were able to have the courage to be your real self, that would be a breakthrough. And then you could actually level up to acceptance, where you can start to accept life as it is and how other people are, whether they're attractive, whether they treat you poorly, or whether they're very kind to you and they feel like a great connection. We welcome all of it because we allow people to be who they are, because we are living our lives at our utmost highest potential as the best version of us, that are gamers, that are elite. That's what we build on the channel, elite characters. I'll see you on the next one.